Good afternoon, everyone. And I want to really thank you for staying to the end. We had so much information, so much participation throughout these 2 days. And as a part of the planning committee, I'm really very excited about everything that happened well. Gerard is also here, and we're just going to close off really quickly with a few remarks. Firstly, I want to say thank you to our moderators and to all our presenters. I think you will agree with me that all the presentations were of very high quality, they were very scientific, and they were very informative. So I thank all of the presenters for taking the time out to make their presentations so integrated and so interactive and so interesting for all of us. Our very last session, I thought, was a really interesting session, and it really helped us to look at the way forward. And I know that Gerard will have a lot more to say on this than I will, so I won't steal his thunder like Una May did. I will hand over to him, but it is my role, I think, to say thanks. The project has been one that we all learned a lot from, and we all benefited a lot from, especially in the area of data acquisition, data knowledge, and capacity building. And we're very happy from the University of the West Indies standpoint to have been associated with this very important project. I want to thank you again for joining, and I'm going to hand over to Gerard.
Well,
I should have said, Gerard, I should have said who I was. I just jumped right in and started talking. If you looked at the agenda, you'll see my name. I'm Georgiana Gordon-Strawn. Over to you, Gerard.
Thanks for that, because I was just going to jump in and say, what I had to say, but I'm Gerard Alling, Climate Change Senior Specialist with the Inter-American Development Bank, and basically a team lead for this program. And it has been a journey. It's been a good journey. When we started, I don't think we knew what we were getting into, but looking at the outcome now, it's been very fruitful, and I really want to thank, first and foremost, the countries involved in this regional program: Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, and the regional organizations involved, UWI, obviously, but CIMH, CARFA, CARDI, FICES, CRFM, SEDIMA, and others, together with the team at UWI, Georgiana and her team, Erica, Jean-Pierre. We lost a team member earlier this year, Maxine. We went through everything, and also want to say special mention to Ainsley Henry, who was the former PM and has gone on to far better things, but he is still connected to this program. When we started, we were not starting from scratch. I think that was the advantage of doing this program within the region. There were elements, very good elements that we were able to build on. The climate change modeling group, the CIMH with their hydromet network, FICES with the Sea Coral, CRFM with their fisheries programming, CARFA with that had their water harvesting and health sector. So we had something to build on, and looking at it now, we have been able to add value and move the agenda along. This has been for us a very useful journey, and it's been the lessons that have come out of this and the practices that have come out of it have, for us as a bank, also been utilized in our programming, because one of the critical things for us is to promote the mainstreaming of climate change within our region, within our member countries, especially related to our small countries, small and vulnerable countries within the Caribbean basin. So a number of things that we have learned and have been utilizing over the last few years. Again, one group I really want to thank is you, the audience, because at the end of the day, if you didn't show up, we would be talking to ourselves. And I've done that, and sometimes it's an interesting conversation, but I need to share be able to share with others. And I really, no, really appreciate the audience. It's been a fantastic turnout. We really wanted to do this in person, but as I said, you can't predict, but you can project. We could not predict COVID, but we have worked within the constraints and limitations, and it's been a very fruitful time for us. And so, and above all, I also want to say thanks to our master of ceremony, mi tocayo, as I would say in Spanish, my namesake, Jerry McDaniel. Thanks very much for being our Sherpa throughout this process. Back over to you, either to Jerry or to Georgiana.
I think you said it all, Jared. I think you acknowledged everyone, so thanks for doing that. Jared, can you close us out, please? Thanks. That's Jared McDaniel.
Okay, thank you very much. Indeed, it was a pleasure to serve this particular conference. It's one of those rare pleasures in life. You work because you have to, and you work because you want to, and you hear things because you need to. I got all three and more, and I feel particularly blessed. I'm sure you do too, especially those of you who work directly with each of the agencies. And in fact, every Caribbean person and everybody who has an interest in doing business with or in the Caribbean, this is premium. I was kind of saying to the colleagues and the team, yes, 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 the newspapers, everybody has to kind of share these things, especially our opening plenary. And I'm sure you agree that this is perhaps one of the best you've attended. Somehow COVID has created opportunities after the issues. That's the same thing with most crises. And we're recognizing that we can be leaner and meaner. When we went digital at first, I was always saying it is a little odd that we kept on saying we can't have enough Caribbean engagement because of the cost of flights in the Caribbean. And then we go to our desk and Skype Germany. So we can't Skype Barbados. We were not using the technology well. We didn't see it that way. We have to hustle up in a plane together and go somewhere, and or else it's not happening. Now it's forced us to Zoom with our neighbors, Zoom into church. And so we can have direct links where we need to be efficient. And when we get together for face-to-face, the meetings can be even more efficient, and we can go a little earlier for the fete and the beach and so on. And the beach hopefully will be intact and be better because we would have all the plans in place to make the Caribbean more livable, even more beautiful, and more resilient. Thank you all very, very much for your expertise, for your attention, and for the action that we all anticipate that every single citizen will, in fact, be a part of implementing. Blessings, everybody, and keep safe. Good afternoon.